Hello there. I'm Dave Myers, and you're listening to Verse by Verse. Are you stressed? People have composed lists of what they feel are the most stressful events in a person's life. For example, the Social Readjustment Rating Scale, the SRSS, was developed to try to rate common stressful events in our lives, a rating of 100 points being the highest per event. What would you judge to be the most stressful, worrisome, anxious-causing events in life, in your life? Most of these lists begin with things like the death of a spouse being on the top of the list, followed by, not necessarily in this order, divorce, marital separation, moving, incarceration, major health concerns, losing your job, even getting married. Now, are you suffering any of these more common stressors? This is not even to mention the terrible stresses like living in a war zone, suffering abuse, or other less common but equally or even more traumatic circumstances. Well, there is help available to deal with these and any other stresses and worries you may be experiencing. 1 Peter 5 in verses 6 and 7 is today's scripture, and it gives us the answer. Therefore, it says, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that He may exalt you in due time. Then in verse 7, casting all your care upon Him, for He cares for you. There are several important components to having your stress relieved. First, Peter reminds us that we must recognize who we are, small, and who God is, mighty. We expect God's help in our stressful situations because He is mighty. He's powerful. He's all-powerful. You don't have to go it alone. There is help from the Creator if we will humbly acknowledge who we are and who He is. If we humbly trust in Him, He will see to it that at the perfect time we will be, as it says here, exalted, given help in coping with our stresses, maybe even rescued from them. Next, we're told to cast or throw our cares, and the word for care here means anxiety, onto Him. The root word for care here implies being drawn or pulled in different directions. And isn't this how it feels? That sometimes we're being pulled apart by the stresses of life. If this feels like the description of your life, think of Peter's message as encouraging you to take all of your anxieties about the cares of this life and stuff them into a backpack. But instead of strapping it on your own back, hand it off to God for Him to carry for you. And if you have more than a backpack full, maybe a shipping container full, remember that God is, as Peter reminds us, mighty. He has a mighty hand and is easily able to carry that load for you. The stresses may not totally disappear, but now we have divine help to carry them, to deal with them. Then Peter ends by confirming how we know that God will help us in our anxieties. How can we have complete confidence that He will actually help? Peter tells us it's obvious. How do you know God will help carry your worries and anxieties? Because, Peter says, He cares for you. While it is sometimes hard to believe that God actually cares about you, what you're doing, what you're suffering, what your burdens are that you're carrying, He offers help to carry the burdens and anxieties that are upon you because He truly cares for you. He wants what is best for you. I hope you'll take Him up on that offer and begin to or continue to develop your relationship with Him. Cast all your cares upon Him, for He cares for you. He will be faithful to help.
Verse by Verse is a companion podcast to the Daily Bible Verse blog, which you can find on the Life, Hope, and Truth Learning Center. Check out the show notes for more.